Alright, find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of each convex polygon. So hexagon, hex means six-sided. If I need to find the interior angles of a hexagon, I'm going to take 6 minus 2 times 180. That would be 4 times 180, which is 720. 16-sided would be 16 minus 2 times 180. 16 minus 2 is 14. 14 times 180. 14 times 180 gives me 2,520 to 520. We did this in class. We did these in class. We did number 7 in class, so now we're on number 8. So number 8, we know that n minus 2 times 180 has to equal 1980. So 1980 divided by 180 gives me 11. N minus 2 equals 11, which would have to be 13. So this would have 13 sides. Same process. N minus 2 times 180 has to equal 2880. 2880 divided by 180 gives me 16. Add 2 is 18. 540. 5,400 divided by 180. Add 2 gives me 32. Number 11 we did. Number 12, so this is a kite. I have to find GF. I know that this is a right triangle, therefore I can use the Pythagorean theorem. That means that 3 squared plus 4 squared has to equal c squared. 9 plus 16 equals c squared, that's 25. Square root of 25 would be 5. Number 13. I know that this angle and this angle have to be the same because it is a kite. This angle and this angle have to be the same. So there's 2 of these angles. I know that entire inside of a polygon would be n minus 2 times 180 would be the amount of degrees inside. So there's 4 sides. This means that there's a total of 360 degrees. That means all my angles inside have to add up to that. All the angles inside would be 67 plus angle D, angle G, which are the same. So we actually have 2 of the same angles. So I'm going to put those as X. Plus 49 has to equal 360. If I take 360 minus 49 minus 67, and I'm going to divide that by 2, that gives me 122. So X has to be 122. We did 14 through 16. Now we can do number 17. Smiths are building an addition to their house. Miss Smith is cutting an opening for an open window, If she measures to see the opposite sides are congruent, so opposite sides are congruent. So this is congruent to this, these are congruent to this. And the diagonal measures are congruent. So this diagonal measures this diagonal. Is it rectangular? Yes, that is what a rectangle is. The diagonals have to measure the same and the opposite sides are the same. So yes, it is a diagonal. Find each measure. JML. So JML, I need to find this measure. If this is a so given that this is a parallelogram, so this is a this states that it's a parallelogram. That's what the sign of a parallelogram shows. This side is this, these sides are these. If this is 109, then this also has to equal 109. JK has to be 6, and we did KLM in class. If DF is equal to 2x minus 5 EG, find EG. Well, I know that these two have to equal each other because the diagonals of a rectangle have to equal each other. 2x plus 5 minus 7 has to equal 3 parenthesis x minus 2. So this would be 2x plus 10 minus 7 equals 3x minus 6. So this would be 2x plus 3 has to equal 3x minus 6. So now I can find x, minus 2x, minus 2x, add 6, so 9 would equal x. If 9 is x and I need to find EG, then I'm going to plug in 9 right here. 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 times 3 equals 21. Angle EDF. So I'm given this angle is 5x minus 3. DFG, I'm given this angle. Find ED, so EDF. So I need to find EDF. I need to find this angle. So since these are parallel lines, I actually know that these two angles are called alternate interior. These have to be equal to each other. So I know that 5x minus 3 has to equal 3x plus 7. So I'm going to get rid of my 3x. That would be 2x minus 3 equals 7. Add 3. So 2x equals 10. So I know that x has to equal 5. I'm trying to find EDF, so I'm going to plug in 5 into my x. 5 times 5 is 25, minus 3 is 22. DE, so DE is 14 plus 2x. GF, find GF, so I know that these have to equal each other as well. So 14 plus 2x has to equal 4 parentheses x minus 3 plus 6. Distribute, that would be 4x minus 12 plus 6. I know that negative 12 plus 6 is just negative 12, or negative 6. So if I solve for x, sorry, I wrote it down wrong, 14 plus 2x equals, I'm going to get rid of the 2x, so that's 2x on the right side. I'm going to add 6, so that would be 20. So I know that x would have to equal 10. So if x equals 10, I'm finding GF. I plug back in 10. So 10 minus 3 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 6 is 34. So I know that the answer would have to be 34. And we are done.